Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast, Sunday night NFL wrap-up edition. What's good, Transformer? We got we can wait a couple minutes, see if we get a couple people in the chat, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing rolling, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, just witnessed another good game, bro.
Man,
Sunday night ended off right. It came up to a Hail Mary that was incomplete, but you know, it's a sport that we love to watch and play, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I tell you what, the Chargers lucky they pulled it out, and we'll talk about it. But I was getting ready to go in and fry. I mean, fry. Freaking what's my man name? Justin Herbert. I was going to fry that dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was definitely going to get some heat.
Oh, he definitely was going to get it.
If they let this one go, this one was going to be crazy. It was going to be crazy.
What's going on, fellas? Nah, G can't be here tonight, man. He's got military duty first thing in the morning, so he couldn't make it. But we're here, and we're gonna give you what we got. Pause. We're gonna do what we gotta do. Like, man, look, I really gotta get that shirt from Man Down, bro. I gotta get it.
It's all right, bro.
A No Diddy shirt.
Man, about to cry. That's crazy. Crazy work.
Man, a day full of close games, huh?
A day full of freaking stress induced.
Yeah.
Like everything was stressful today, man. It was a stressful freaking football day.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The only team that wasn't stressed out today were the Detroit Lions
and the Broncos.
The only team that wasn't stressed out.
I don't want to hear nothing more about these Falcons, but we're gonna get to it.
See, man, it all changed. When you picked them last week, all of a sudden it's just not looking good, man. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
It's my fault now.
Yep. Somebody got to bear the blame, brother.
Okay. All right. I guess
got to bear the blame. Okay.
I guess it'll have to be me. Oh man. All right, man. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's get started. If anyone else trickles in, they trickle in. But let's go ahead and do this.
Oh boy.
Yes. So before we get started, giving you guys, I should say, the wrap up for this week 11. Well, we still got a Monday night game, but week 11, Thursday through Sunday action. You know what time it is. We'll go ahead and do my little spiel, and then we'll get right to it. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't wait. All right. So, man, let's do it.
All right, man. So,
go ahead, man.
Oh, okay, I thought you said something.
I was just like taking a deep breath because this slate of games, man.
Oh man, it was a great slate of games tonight. Of course, we're just gonna start off with what just finished off. The Cincinnati Bengals fell in a Hail Mary comeback attempt to at least tie the football game, in which they were down 21 against the Los Angeles Chargers. Fought their way back in the second half to tie the ball game up. Then all of a sudden, it was a battle of Bengals field goal kickers couldn't kick. Justin Herbert couldn't throw. It was just a mixture of just bad football in the final fourth quarter. But it came down to the last 2 minutes, and Justin Herbert got a chance to get the ball back, make some good throws to McConkey out of Georgia, and they walked away with the victory, man.
They did.
Yes, sir. This is a bad – before you get started, man.
Yeah.
This is a very awkward season for the Bengals, man.
Isn't it?
Very odd. Games you're right there. You should be winning these football games. You got the best roster out there offensively. And yet, fourth quarter, boom, you walk away with another L, right? Back-to-back weeks. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Well, let's start off here. Zach Taylor's going to get fired after this season. That's it for him as a Bengals coach. And part of the reason why is that he consistently doesn't have these guys ready to play. He doesn't have them ready to play early in the season. He doesn't have them ready to play early in games. They're always having to dig themselves out of a hole. Now, they have an outstanding quarterback. They have elite offensive weapons on the outside. That's what's allowing them to do that. But in the NFL, if you're consistently having to dig out of a hole, you're going to consistently lose. And we finally see the years of them getting away with that catching up to them. And we're seeing it this year. They're now 4-7 on the season. So it's tough, man. Joe Burrow, another huge day, 356 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean,
Crazy
he
work.
is tough. He's standing in there. Steve, you're absolutely right. Joe Burrow does deserve he does deserve better. He is man, I mean, I don't even know what to say with this. He did all he could. I really thought this game was over at half, and he brought him right back. What I'll say is this. For all the hype that Justin Herbert gets, I do not believe in this guy. I think he is severely overrated. Now, he did make a couple of key throws at the end of that game on the very last drive to McConkey that put them in position. And then, of course, we saw J.K. Dobbins, the former Raven, run it in for the winning touchdown. But if we're real, Justin Herbert played a lousy second half. He was not connecting. And they got away with this one, but I was getting ready to come on here and really fry the dude up and talk about how he's just, twice I've seen him give up horrible leads. The other one was the
Jaguars
2 years ago in the playoffs against the Jags, right
Yep.
here. And I was covering that game for the Florida Star. And I watched as Justin Herbert and the Chargers had a 28-3 lead at half. And they gave that up because he just disappeared, turned into a pumpkin in the second half. And he nearly did that tonight. But I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He made 2 big-time throws when the big-time throws were needed and helped to put them in the position to finish this game off.
Yeah, man, he did. I mean, and that's just credit to his character. You got a coach that believes in you. Jim, Jim. I always get him back. It's Jim.
Yeah, this is Jim.
Jim. All right, cool.
Yes.
Jim just truly believes in his kid. I'm pretty sure he sat on that sideline, and once the Bengals missed the second kick that could have gave him the lead, and at least walk away with a lead in the football game. He went to his quarterback, was like, "Hey, yo, look, all right, now is the time. All right, you got to go make a play. Look, read the defense with your eyes and put us in the position to win the football game." And like I said, Lad McConkey, dog out of Georgia, man, another dog, no pun intended, just coming out of Georgia, doing their thing and showing up. 9 targets, 6 receptions, 123 yards. He didn't get a touchdown, but he got the big plays that were necessary to put his team in that position to make that final drive and that final score that J.K. Dobbins got in, man. But man, dude, I mean, I agree with you, man. Bengals coach, something has got to change. Burrow can't keep getting to these shootouts and fourth quarter, he's right there, and they're a kick away or they're a play away, they're a penalty away. But you look at the defensive side of the football, and they're giving up 30 plus every time. Giving up 30 plus. Like, yo, hold them to 24 and I can beat them.
Yeah.
I can't keep trying to, outshoot out, every team that I'm playing against, man. But they got it done, man. Shout out to the Chargers. Almost an epic failure, turned into a nice piece of success. They go 6-3 and they're second in the division, of course, behind the champs. And Cincinnati, this could possibly be the writing on the wall for them. As they now fall to 4-6. I'm gonna look at the full standings later. I'll wrap that up, but it doesn't look good. You're 4-6, and 10 games in, you only got 7 games to go. At maximum, you can go 11-6, and that's you going straight undefeated for the rest of the season, which I highly think is unlikely for this team. Seeing that they got to play the Steelers twice, I believe. I think they got to play the Browns one more time. I think they played both. They played the Ravens games twice, right?
Yeah, division games all played twice. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you got to run against the Steelers twice. So I don't think you're gonna, go undefeated. But it's gonna be a long stretch, man. It's gonna be a tough stretch for them. You got anything else?
I was going to say real quick, last thing. Zach Taylor again. He has to go, man. He is wasting some really outstanding players here. Trey Hendrickson coming into this game, leading the league in sacks, leading the league in quarterback pressures, leading the league in quarterback hurries. I mean, leading the league. I want to say tackles for loss as well. Like, he's up there in every, major category, and they're still not getting it done. They're losing all these games. That's got to hurt when you are putting in that type of work. Except you can look at it and say, well, I'm getting my money. I'm playing, and that next contract is going to be lovely. But still, you want to win. But yep, that's all I got on this game.
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right. Another failure. All right, so we're going to fast forward a little bit. Rewind. I always say fast forward. We'll rewind to the Thursday night football game. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Washington Commanders. Shout out to Commanders that are in the chat. You lost. So I think I picked them to win this week. They lost 26-18 and finally made the rookie look more rookie-ish in this football game. So what do you think about this game?
So the Commanders, again, good football team. But what we're learning about them, they haven't been able to beat the better teams. So they're just not ready yet. They at some point, they got to take that next step. Jaden Daniels has come back to earth a bit, slowed down, as we would expect, right? He's a rookie. There's a little more tape out on him. And again, he's a rookie. When you play against the better teams, the better defenses, that's what's going to happen to you. So Commanders, they played them tough, as you would expect in a division game. But Philly, as we discussed, is you weren't on last night, my bad. But Philly, as I discussed last night, is right there with Detroit as class of the NFC. So I wouldn't have expected the Commanders to win. I didn't pick them, so this is not a surprise to me. Saquon Barkley, 26 carries, 146 yards, 2 more touchdowns. I mean, he is the straw that stirs the drink. So he's doing his thing. I made the analogy that he, to me, is kind of like not saying he's the exact same player, but he's like Marshall Faulk was for the Rams back in the day, or Thurman Thomas was for the Bills, right? They had all those teams had elite talent on the outside, but that elite 3-down running back who could run it between the tackles, but could flex out to wide receiver, could catch it out of the backfield and all those things. That's the guy that really made those offenses go. And Saquon Barkley is that guy. It was an incredible pickup during the offseason, and it's really paying dividends in this team. Like I said, it's 8-2. Philadelphia Eagles, no surprise there. Washington, they still have some growing to do, but they're still a good football team as well. That's what I got.
No, man. Big shout out to the little engine that could and Saquon Barkley, bro. He's what Philly needed, right? He's definitely showing that. I agree with everything that you're saying. Saquon Barkley is that missing piece of the puzzle that you have that you can rely on in the run game, not only the run game, but the pass game. 2 receptions, 52 yards. Right. He can get it done no matter where he's at on that field. Long as you're giving him touches on the rock. Out of all the stats that he has, he's even shortchanged by the touchdowns because of the tush push that Jalen Hurts likes to run up in the end zone, and he's still in the running for MVP, right? You give him the touchdown numbers, I'm pretty sure he's more than likely probably running away with it at the current moment, as we got about 6 to 7 games left. He has 7 games left into this football season, but man, he's cutting it up, dude. He's cutting it up. I think when you could take the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands and make him more of a not saying manager, but not having to put the ball in harm's way that many times. They ran the ball 40 times. That's the perfect mix of, perfect ratio to do it versus passing it 28 times. No, they did great, man. They did great. Like we said, Jaden Daniels, he had some moments, so a few moments, but there were very, very few far in between. Vic Fangio got that defense ready to throw some different looks at him. Similar to what Mike Tomlin did the previous week against Jaden Daniels, and he just couldn't figure it out. He just really couldn't figure it out, but he's a rookie. He's going to have time to learn. Right now, he's way past the trajectory of where anybody had him, as far as his progression, his career so far. Sitting at 7-4, they're not in, no threat of losing their spot in the division. Cowboys and the Giants are going to be what they are, the bottom of the barrel for the remainder of the season. So it's definitely going to be back and forth between these two. And I'm actually excited to see them again. I think this game was in Philly, right? Yeah, this game was in Philly.
Yes, it was.
So they do got to go back and play the Commanders at home. So I expect to see a better game at home, man. I truly do.
There we go.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going to move on over to, let's just get this out the way. All right, Jaguars. Listen.
That's another one we got to go with Doug Peterson. Old Dougie P.
Okay, Dougie. Yeah, it's time to go. I'm surprised his bags wasn't packed before the game ended. right? I'm surprised Shaq kind of have him on the phone. Like, bro, don't even worry about it. You can just stay in Detroit.
Yeah,
Go ahead and stay out here. Stay in Motown.
We'll have your stuff delivered to the house. Yeah.
We'll have your stuff delivered, right? 52-6. This game was over in the second quarter. It was ugly, bro. Jared Goff had 5 interceptions the last game, has 4 touchdowns, no picks, 412 yards, 158.3 perfect passer rating.
Yeah.
Like they did everything they wanted, could have, and possibly more than what they wanted to do against that Jaguars defense, man. What do you got on this game, bro? So we can move on.
I got nothing. I mean, we know how good Detroit is. Just finished saying how they're the class of the NFC, them and the Eagles. Yeah. And well, I mean, you saw what it was. They're a well-oiled machine right now, and it's left to see. They just have to avoid the injury bug and see what we get when we hit the playoffs. That's all. There's nothing to it.
True. All right, Steve, you got something, bro. Go ahead, let it go. Steve said, I got something. I'm pretty sure what he's about to say is not going to be allowed to be repeated, but
probably not.
I'll let you get it off in the chat, bro. Pause. But yeah, that game was ugly, bro. It was ugly. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Jaguar fan. I'm more of a Jaguar supporter because I live here in Jacksonville. But boy,
I live here too. I'm not a supporter.
That's just ugly. I mean, I support it because then real estate will start booming, so our jobs will be a lot easier and better. Yeah. It's more of a selfish kind of rooting for.
I get you.
But we're gonna move on. We're not gonna talk much about that game, and I'm gonna just go ahead and unclick this box right here, right now. Jags are technically playing a more competitive than Florida State did against Notre Dame.
Go Irish. He's been waiting for you to get that off. Pause. You know that, right? Yeah,
but that's whack. It's horrible.
Just saying, he was waiting for you for
that. That's not even funny. Yeah, you typically Steve makes such things that make that are funny, but that's not even funny. It's not even clever.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Sounds
not even clever. No, it just didn't sound clever. Typically, he says funny things. That one wasn't even funny. All right. My response is funny. There you go. All right. We're going to move on over. Minnesota Vikings beat the Tennessee Titans 23-13. My bullish on the Tennessee Titans is obviously going nowhere in the opposite direction of where I thought it would go. But Sam Darnold. Yeah, it was a preseason, thing.
Fair enough.
And, so but anyway, Sam Darnold unpumpkinized himself a little bit. 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, including I believe it was one bomb to Jordan Addison. I believe the 47-yard touchdown. And they got it done on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Man, what you think about this game?
Tennessee Titans started out the season playing really well defensively, but overall, I think they're a bad team, and I don't expect much of anything from them. I'm not sure exactly what they're playing for or what their future intentions are. I don't know what they're thinking about Will Levis, if they're going to move off of him, draft another quarterback this year. I have no idea what it's going to be. Maybe they try to get a veteran quarterback, just no clue. They're not very good. Obviously, this is a 2-8 football team. Sam Darnold, I still don't believe he's that good. He's, played significantly better this season, but he's got a really good coach, and he's got outstanding offensive weapons on the outside. So he's a veteran NFL quarterback. He should be able to, to connect with, some of the better receivers in the game. Arguably, Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the game. Arguably, not saying he is, but arguably. But the point is, there's not really much to take from this game other than the Vikings are really good and the Titans are really bad.
Yeah, I agree with you. I ditto everything you said. I got nothing to add on that. This is obviously just good versus bad. But nice little chalk win for the Vikings. They did what they should have done, and that's get the dub. I mean, I truly got nothing else on this game.
Right.
All right, we're gonna move on over to the Dolphins. Beat the Las Vegas Raiders 34-19. The Raiders are.
Whoa. Carry on. I'm just saying that didn't sound. But go ahead though.
Mascot. Okay. All right. The Dolphins get a much needed win inside of the division to where they, truly needed, being so far behind Buffalo and being so
Mm-hmm.
far deep into the standings. But
Mm-hmm.
they did what they needed to do to get it done. Tua Tagovailoa, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns. Looked great, 127.8 passer rating against Gardner Minshew. I believe this is his second or third start. He didn't look too bad, but
No, he didn't look terrible.
but they couldn't get anything going from the run game, so that pretty much sealed their fate. As far as running the football, obviously you could tell by Gardner Minshew having 43 pass attempts, which is pretty bizarre. When you talk about the quarterback we just named, but 34-19, man. What do you think about it? Bad versus badder is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I was about to say this is another one doesn't need a whole lot, but it's good to see Tua have that bounce back game. This is his first relatively big game since he's been back from the concussions, and he played well. And as we discussed, that offense is just absolutely inept, anemic, abhorrent without him. And so, he kind of got it going today. They weren't able to run the ball as effectively as Mike McDaniel likes to be able to, but through the air, they got it done because, again, Raiders a bad team. Pretty much the best player on that team is what's my man's name?
Brock Bowers.
Oh no, yeah, but I was thinking about
Max Crosby.
Yeah, Max Crosby. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so he's pretty much the only guy that you can count on week in and week out. But yeah, neither of these teams are going anywhere, but the Dolphins did do enough of a job to keep themselves alive in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, they did enough to keep themselves alive. I believe they're currently sitting ninth in the conference as it stands right now. So you're only 2 spots away from, I think the two games behind the Broncos. So they're right there, man. They're right there. They can kind of control their own fate. You're going to need a little bit of luck. You're going to need some losses from either the Chargers or the Broncos. But, and the Bengals could have helped you out there if they would have gave them a loss. Kind of put them in that same boat. But, yeah, man, Tua's back. Obviously, the offense is clicking, and, they did it all. The only thing that was bright for the Raiders was Brock Bowers. 13 receptions, 126 yards and touchdown. Yeah. Another Georgia dog that's just
they targeted that dude
man.
16 times today.
16.
Like
caught 13.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna leave that alone. Meanwhile, they target my guy, Michael Mayer, go Irish. They targeted him 3 times. Something's not right. But anyway, we'll
Brock Bowers is like 3 times better than Mayer.
I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, that's a different story. We could talk about that another time.
Are you serious? You're not being. That's serious. A lot of bias right there, bro. Brock Bowers.
I can admit there's some bias, but no, I'm not. Brock Bowers is not 3 times better than Michael Mayer. But look, that's a different thing. But let's.
We're gonna put a pin in that one, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin in that one. That's a different story.
This is like legit. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Very good, though. He's very good.
We're gonna go over the Rams.
Yes,
defeated the New England Patriots. Go 28-20. I mean, to win 28-22. To now actually go at 500 with a win percentage of 5-5. And New England's down 3-8. Man, what do you got on this game?
You know what? What I got on this is New England is 3-8, right? And that's tough because we've for the last 2 decades expected to see New England 2.5 decades almost played to a certain level, right? But they've obviously been bad since Tom Brady left. Was that 5 years now, right? But I'll say this. New England this year is not as bad as we expected. Like, they're losing a lot of games, but they still play defense well. I have a feeling like they're always going to do that. And I think they found something in Drake May, and this team competes. This is not a bad football team. I think they don't know how to win. They don't know how to close out games, but this is not a bad football team. I really don't think so. They ran for $125 today on 30 carries, so that's cool. Drake May, 282 through the air, 2 touchdowns, a pick. You're going to expect a rookie quarterback, to throw an interception or 2. But I mean, overall, let me say this, maybe an unpopular opinion. So far, Drake May, even though he hasn't started as much, he's better than Caleb Williams. He has played better than Caleb Williams, but that's a different story. But the point is, New England, surprisingly to me, is not as bad as I originally thought. But The Rams have a more veteran coach. They have a Super Bowl champion coach. Obviously, they have a Super Bowl champion quarterback, a veteran who has now coincidentally thrown a touchdown pass in every single stadium in the NFL. And that's a good football team. Again, even though they're at 500, they are competitive. And Kyron Williams, Kyron Siren, the rest.
Go Irish.
No doubt, no doubt. But this was another good game, another close one. So I think the Patriots, a lot of these teams, man, they just have to learn how to win. It's really tough for them. They don't know how to close out games. So that's what I think about that.
No, I agree. Drake May is definitely something the Patriots are looking at like, okay, this season may be a loss, but at the same time, it's a win because we're getting to see what we can do with our quarterback. He is a rookie, so that he at least has 2 or 3 more years on that rookie contract. Now you can go use that $100 million that you guys are going to have in this offseason. Go get some weapons, go drive some weapons, put some pieces around them, and really see what you guys can have in the next 1 to 2 years while he has not been paid yet, right? Similar to who? Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, they were like, okay, we have something in this rookie, right? Didn't expect it, but here you go. And then they had a boatload of money to throw at all the weapons that's around him. Yet they still haven't paid him yet because of the way they utilize that window. So I believe if you're the New England Patriots, you're looking at it like, okay, boom, this is a losing season, but this is a win for us in the long run because we can truly make a splash this offseason or very yet next season, go into the draft some big time weapons and actually be competitive come next season. So exciting times for them. But this is not about you guys losing. This is more about the Rams winning. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp combined for over 229 yards of offense and 3 touchdowns. The boys showed out today. The boys just truly showed out today. Put themselves from the bottom all the way to number 2 in the standings of the NFC West as they're 1 game behind Arizona. So I mean, they're making that run that I expected them to make. At the beginning of the season, we know they had a bunch of injuries that they were dealing with Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, all of the weapons being out. But now that they're back, they're starting to make that push. Like, hey, all right, this division is very, very nip and tuck. 6-4, 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. That's your division right now, right? So a win could, put you in that 3rd seed or 4th seed in the playoffs, or we could be fighting for the wild card spot as well. So. Big move, big win for the Rams, man. All right, moving on over. We have the Saints beating the Browns. I mean, if you want to talk about trash, we could talk about trash, but the game was 35-14. Another game where Jameis Winston almost had another 400-yard game.
And didn't throw any picks.
Didn't throw any picks. But, that didn't help out at all, as the defense gave up 35 points to the New Orleans Saints team, man. What you got on this game?
Couldn't stop the run. That's what it comes down to. You give up, what is this? You give up 214 on the ground and 3 touchdowns. It's going to be really hard for you to win a football game doing it that way. And you only rush for 66 yards yourself. It is hard to win in the NFL when those are the type of numbers you're giving up, plain and simple.
No, that's as simple as it gets, man. When you're tight end / running back / quarterback / punt returner / everything, and Taysom Hill can take off for 138 yards of rushing offense, 3 touchdowns, and also give you 8 catches, 50 yards on offense. That's crazy. That's crazy work that the defense just can't stop one guy, let alone the rest of the team.
Like, did you not watch any tape at all?
No tape.
No tape.
No, man. The kid showed out last night. I mean, I can't even call him a kid no more. Taysom Hill's been in the league for a while now.
Yeah, he's old now.
Yeah, he's up there. He's one of the older fellas, one of the brothers. But yeah, it was just more one of those badder teams. And the Cleveland Browns are obviously the badder team, right? Got nothing else on this one, man. I'm moving over to who shall not be named anymore. Aaron Rodgers. 28.
He didn't play terrible.
It's not the point, Bruce.
Okay.
28-27.
Mm-hmm.
You lose against the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
And not rookie quarterback, second-year quarterback who just came off the bench for Joe Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
Going to a game at home, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
22 of 29, 184, 2 touchdowns. She's like, yeah, it's not too bad of a numbers, but you guys couldn't get it going at all in that first half. That put you in a hole. And then the second half, you're trying to make that competitive push. But at this point in time, now you're looking like assholes because you fired your defensive coordinating coach, head coach, and now your defense gave up the game at 28 points. So now the Jets, you look like complete baboons. You look like complete baboons.
You let Anthony Richardson complete 66% of his passes.
Cook.
Not throw any interceptions and 270 yards. You let Anthony Richardson have a career day on you. That's not good. You did a great job shutting down the run. 35 carries for 91 yards. My guy, Jonathan Taylor, go Badgers. 24 carries for 57 yards. That's my favorite running back in the league. They locked him up. They did. So they did their job there. But you cannot let Anthony Richardson cook on you. You just can't. That is, you got to be ashamed of yourself. And look at this. Not even that. Aaron Rodgers, you got outdueled by Anthony Richardson. You clearly are not anywhere near the same guy.
Cook.
I don't even.
You know what? You go and you force the hand of this franchise, this lovely city of New York, right?
Yeah,
I think they play in New Jersey. I think the stadium is in Jersey, right? In New Jersey?
Yeah,
the stadium is in Jersey. Yeah, play in Jersey. But anyway, this team bent over backwards for everything that you got going on. Fired their coach, got rid of a receiver, got rid of a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Got you a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Got you your buddies on, on the offensive side of the football.
Mm-hmm.
We call the plays different for you. Got you the OC you wanted. What Nat can't hack it.
Yep.
We give you play calling duties. What more can the Jets give you to look better than 3-8, bro? 3-8. 3-8. 3-8. You have one of the best receivers in the league, and Devontae Adams. You have a great running core with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, and yet, bro, y'all are 3-8, and you lose 28-27 to the Indianapolis Colts, and Anthony Richardson goes off on you, man. I mean, you go back and you look in the mirror, you go in that locker room, and you just look around like, yo, we sold the farm for Aaron Rodgers, and we look worse than we did when we had Zach Wilson, right?
How terrible is that? That is terrible.
That's terrible, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I would love for him to retire, but he's already said he doesn't plan to retire. But
he needs to.
He needs to retire.
He can't play anymore.
This is it, bro. This is it.
But he said it's not a done deal that he comes back to the Jets. Who's going to take this guy, knowing that he's a diva and he demands this and he demands that, and he can't play at a level commensurate with that type of mentality anymore? Who's going to take him? Come on, man. No
idea. No idea. That's terrible, man. I'm gonna move off of that, man. Let me get into something more exciting, right? Let me get into something more exciting. Let me slip into my Hugh Hefner robe that Steve is like to talk about right here, but because it's blocked. Oh man, it's playing in my head. Oh man, replay over and over and over.
Got away with that one, Transformer.
It's blocked. Oh God,
I can't even say you got away with that one. That was an incredible game-saving play. I'm going to say that.
Okay, because that got away with one means we didn't go get it.
I was about to say the reason I'm not going to say you got away with one is because I didn't say that when the Chiefs blocked the kick to win last week, so I'm not going to say that for y'all. I try to be consistent.
But yeah, absolutely, because my rebuttal was going to be got away with one is if he just missed it on his own. Going to go get it and blocking it means we stopped that.
Yeah,
so ain't no get away with one when we made the play. If he just whipped it, then it was like, okay, yeah, we got away with that one. Yeah, we got away with that.
Percentage of block kicks is like not great. But anyway, let's.
And we were one of them. But anyway, the Green Bay Packers defeated the Bears once again, 11 straight wins against the Chicago Bears.
I
We
guess they
still
still own.
own the Bears. Yes, sir. We still own private stock, major stock, whatever you want to put on your stock exchange. Jordan Love has his shares. Josh Jacobs has his shares. And my defensive lineman, Rashad Gary, he has his shares of, that franchise that we call the Chicago Bears. But before I get all up in the winds about it, boy, that game had me stressed the hell out, okay? Because why? We made Caleb Williams look good. Caleb Williams looked good.
You made him not look terrible.
We made him look good, right?
You made him not look like a bust. He didn't throw a pick against y'all. I was surprised on that.
He didn't throw a pick. He didn't put the football in harm's way. But what he did, he played smart football. They did fire their offensive coordinator, and what they did is that they stuck to their guns and they stuck to what made Caleb Williams special. Got the ball out of his hands. I believe he had an average quarterback throw time of 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
That's what they've been needing to do from the beginning. If he has to sit back there and try to dissect, that's not going to work.
Correct. So, they were definitely getting the ball out of his hands. He was reading the pocket very, very well. His scrambling was just pissing me off, but amazing at the same time. 9 carries for 70 yards. Just 1 yard behind the actual running back of DeAndre Swift, 14 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown. But Jordan Love made a game-driving play to Christian Watson in back-to-back drives, one that got stalled at the 1 yard line, the second one, which we were able to find the end zone the very next play with Jordan Love playing heroic football and getting the ball into the end zone to give us that lead of 20-19. And, of course, it's blocked. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, my bad. I got PTSD. It's going to keep happening to stop the Bears from, running off with one and finally snapping that 10-game losing streak. But what do you think about the game, brother?
I think if you're the Bears, that's got to be demoralizing. Like, what is it going to take for us to beat these guys? It's going to creep into your head. Like, I guess they really do own us. We played them pretty much, yard for yard and pretty much point for point. And when it came down to it, they still found a way to beat us. But to your point, Caleb Williams played one of his better games this year. He played well. But if you notice something, normally when a coach gets fired, like a head coach gets fired, the interim comes in, or an OC gets fired, and the quarterback coach or whoever steps up, normally that team tends to play harder for a couple of weeks or whatever. So, okay, Edward Jackson. Okay, we haven't gotten there.
Oh,
yet.
We haven't gotten there yet. Ooh, it's coming up next, bro. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait on it, bro.
No, this was a good game. Great divisional matchup, but the Packers are still fighting. They are right there, they're 7-3, so they're right there as one of the better teams in the NFC. And
currently sitting at 6.
Yeah, it's funny. What is it? NFC North has what three teams in that playoff seeding so far. So
correct. Detroit at number 1.
Detroit at 9-1, and the Packers at 7-3. So some really good teams in the NFC North, man. Tough division, but the Bears have a long way to go. They played this one tough. You just not ready yet. They ran the football well, so you gotta give credit for that. 34 for 179. That's good. That'll always get it done. But these are the type of efforts they need to continue to put forth. We'll see what happens.
No, like I said before, it was a great game. I want to read these numbers off to you. Third down efficiency for Green Bay. They were 1 for 5 on third downs. Chicago Bears were 9 for 16.
Right.
That helped extend some drives. Fourth down efficiency, Green Bay was 0 for 1 on fourth downs. The Bears were 3-3.
Right.
Every time they went for a fourth down, they got it done. Time of possession, Bears 36 minutes, Green Bay 23 minutes. Total yardage 391, Chicago, Green Bay 366. So clearly you got something that you can write off on. Like, okay, look, we're right here. Right? We're right here. We're figuring it out. We're right here. We're just literally a field goal kick away from finally snapping this streak and taking this one back. But obviously, it's not a feel good because at this point you're at home. This was a game that you want to win because now, if you win in Green Bay at this point, your season's pretty much over. While Green Bay Packers are going on to fight for a playoff spot. But But like I said, it was a decent game. I did think Caleb Williams definitely played a good game and just couldn't come off with the dub. But
That's it, man. That's it.
That's what it do. That's what we do. Go Pack, go. You know what I mean? Got a little cold in here, so I had to get my robe on. A little tired. I was stressed today. All right, but we were talking about something in the chat. And we're just going to go ahead and get right to that. Unfortunately, G isn't here. So
no, he's not here.
We don't have to save this for last. But one team kicked nothing but field goals.
Yes.
The other team really didn't look like the same team until the last 2 minutes of the football game. In the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens go into Pittsburgh and lose a very, very close nail biter, 16-18. Let you take it away. This is your team. You had the Ravens, and I didn't. So go ahead.
I did. All right. So Lamar, for whatever reason, Lamar Jackson does not play well against the Steelers as a starter. Now 1-4 in his career as a starter against Pittsburgh. Can't figure out why that is. Somebody needs to really sit down and do a deep dive into the schematics of what keeps him from playing well. That final drive, though, I will say he looked
like the best drive.
Yeah. He looked like that MVP caliber player, but it sucks that he got in a position where he had to go for 2 and they couldn't pick it up. Now, what I want to point to this is crazy. Look at how close all the numbers are across the board, right? Lamar Jackson threw for 207. Russell Wilson threw for 205. Right?
Correct.
Baltimore rushed for 124. Pittsburgh rushed for 122. I mean, right?
Boy.
Right. Lamar, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Russell Wilson, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Like the numbers, this was a typical Steelers Ravens type of game. Steelers, for whatever odd reason, have now won 5 in a row. That's kind of crazy to me. But
8 of the last 9.
Yes, but we do have an opportunity to play them again. This was the first time, and the next one will be in Baltimore. So let's see what can happen in the flock nest, right? But you just look at this, and this game was super, super close. There was only 1 touchdown between the two teams. The scoring was really at a premium. And but here's the thing. You see on that last drive, Zay Flowers, Lamar gets out of trouble, throws a laser, and it bounces off Zay Flowers' face, right? The best receivers.
I think off his chest plate.
Nah,
he hit him in the face. I thought it was his chest.
Face bounced right off. That's what it looked like from my angle. But the best receivers in history, it doesn't get there because they catch it with their hands, right? Even DeAndre Hopkins, he would have snatched that thing with his hands. So Zay, you need to work on catching with your hands. Justin Tucker, the most accurate field goal kicker in history, he may not be after this season, but he missed 2 field goals. Like, when was the last time you saw Justin Tucker miss 2 field goals in the same game? But he does not look the same this year. Baltimore had, I want to say 13 penalties. So untypically undisciplined. All these things, yes, the Steelers won the football game, so you got to give them credit for winning. But at the same time, is it fair to say that Baltimore beat themselves, right? Is it fair to say that? I don't know. I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. 13 penalties, 2 missed field goals. Like, yeah, I'd say they beat themselves because you have those things, and this game we're now discussing it in the vein of the opposite direction. What happened to the Steelers today? So, yes, credit due to the Steelers for pulling out a really tough game. That is the type of game that they are built to pull out. However, Baltimore helped them a lot. So I'm gonna leave it there. You go ahead, man.
I mean, you hit a lot of great points. This was truly 2000s version of the Ravens Steelers, right? This made me feel like this is back in the day, like 2 teams, 2 juggernauts just smacking each other in the face defensively, right? Not getting anything going offensively, holding the field goals, stepping up when they need to step up, big play after big play, fumble after fumble, pick after pick. It was truly a competitive divisional game, very, very similar to what we just saw with Green Bay and Chicago. But y'all, it was on another level with y'all. There was no explosive plays. There was nothing big enough to write off on, be like, yo, this was a key turning point in the game. It was truly just nip and tuck all game. Even down to the very last drive. with the Baltimore Ravens were down 8. Lamar Jackson finally turns it up and was able to get into the end zone, but then looked completely confused and utter discombobulated on that 2-point conversion play.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sealed your fate up in that football game. And then shout out to Justin Fields, man. He had a play action run to where he slid, thinking that sliding yards count. That's what happens when you're not getting reps. You kind of forget the rules of the football game.
He slid and came up short. Yeah,
and came up short, not knowing. He pointing like first down, and you're like no, bro, you slid. It was like, oh dang, yeah, they don't count sliding, do they? Yeah, if you slide forward, they count the yards, but if you slide backwards, they do not. They start. You gave yourself up. Whenever you start to slide, that's where you're down. But no, man, this was truly one of those like old school type of feel football games. Like you said, man, I picked the Steelers to win this one. Why? Because one, like I said, it's Mike Tomlin. He's at home. He's playing you guys. You guys were at the time 7. They were 7 of the last 8 defeating you guys. It was just a lot of things going their way. I think they had enough offensively to at least keep up with you guys in a competitive football game, because I knew that Mike Tomlin was going to drop that defense to come after Lamar Jackson and to slow down Derrick Henry. And that's exactly what he did. Derrick Henry, 13 carries, 65 yards, actually had a fumble. I think it was the second play of the game or something like that, or a second drive of the game. And that really, truly just changed the trajectory of what what the football game could have been. But it was truly a good game, man. I enjoyed watching it, the entirety of it, man. I'm not going, toot my horn or anything, but like I said, I got this one right. No, okay, all right. No, I'm gonna just move on. But no, man, Justin Tucker, bro, it's. Is he married?
I think so.
Spousal issues or something going on?
I don't know, man. He got the yips or something. I don't know.
Somebody sleeping in my. He got something. Got something going on at home, brother. Because he's worried about something.
I don't know what's going on, man.
He's worried about something, man. But moving on. Oh man, I meant to look at the standings. So Pittsburgh is firmly in front of the AFC North at this current moment, sitting at 8-2. Baltimore falls to 7-4 at this current moment. All right. Moving on over. Oh boy, my bullish Falcons got the bullsh beat out of them today.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos just served a butt cutting to the Atlanta Falcons of 38-6. Bo Nix looking like rookie of the year.
What?
It was.
He looked good, but I think.
I mean, this game, he looked like rookie of the year.
Oh yeah, I got you.
28 for 33, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, 145 passer rating. I mean, Bo Nix got everything he wanted against the Atlanta Falcons, to a point that they had to put the other rookie in. Michael Penix Jr. finally got some chances to burn towards the end of this football game. But what do you got on this game, brother?
I believe I picked Denver because of that defense, and then coming off of last week. However, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this at all. Somebody had convinced me that the Falcons were, something that clearly they're not. I'm sorry.
What, leads in the division? I mean, they are.
Okay, they are that. They are that.
That's what I never said that they was like front runners and like that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Steve. Audric Estime, I believe he got the start at running back for Denver, but 6 for 16. They didn't. We know that Audric Estime. We know as Irish fans that he got to get lathered up. He got to get those carries. But I think Sean Payton was a little too quick to. Excuse me.
Getting lathered up. It's crazy.
Yeah, get lathered up. Like a Derrick Henry type, not like Derrick, but like a Derrick Henry type. Like those bigger backs, they need to get those carries. It helps them, really crank up the engine. And then as they continue in the game, because they're bigger backs, they will, break the willingness of the opposition to tackle them. And Audric Estime, he's that type of player, but he got pulled a little too quickly. Only 6 carries, 16 yards. Sean Payton was like, nah, I need more than that. But if you're going to go with him, you got to go with him. But Bo Nix played tremendous football today. He looked like a veteran, man. 28 for 33, like that's crazy.
That's crazy work.
307, and it is crazy work. And 4 touchdowns, no picks. Clearly, Sean Payton's got his guy at quarterback. He's got the guy that he likes to run the system the way he wants to run it, and it worked and it looked good today. And they played very good football, and that's an outstanding defensive team, the Broncos. And well, you can see they beat the brakes off the Falcons, plain and simple. And not picking the Falcons anymore.
Thank you, because we were fine. We were fine. All right, we were fine without you. The moment you picked them, it's been back-to-back weeks of just awful football for Atlanta, right? So Atlanta plays.
Only picked them once.
Yeah, but like it's like you kind of wanted to pick them the next week, but you didn't. You know what I mean? So it still throws them off. It still plays in the psyche.
Oh, it's my fault.
You picking them. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is Bruce written all over it. Right? This is Bruce written all over it, man. No, man. Atlanta got their behinds kicked. Okay. I got nothing to gloat about. This football team, man. They got served at every point of attack, defensively, offensively. They just got cooked. They truly just got cooked, man, by a rookie who's, like I said, looking good, man. That division is actually getting a little bit more competitive, the AFC West. We'll get into Kansas City in a moment, but Chargers sitting at 7-3 and Denver is at 6-5. So just a game behind the Chargers for that spot right there. I mean, do I see Kansas City giving up the lead? Absolutely not. But it's just a little bit more closer than what we expected. But yeah, Broncos slaughtermouth the Atlanta Falcons. We're gonna move on. All right. So Geno Smith did the sleeping bye baby to the San Francisco 49ers as he rushed in for a last-second touchdown to win the football to put the Seahawks up 20-17 with 12 seconds left in the football game, and the defense went out there and got a last-second stop to crush the San Francisco run. What do you think about this football game?
I can't figure out what San Francisco is. That's what I think. Brock Purdy played I can't even say a bad game. He just didn't go off, right?
He didn't go off.
21 for 28, 159, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. So not a great game, not a terrible game, but he couldn't go off. C-Mac is working his way back, 80 yards roughly. I don't know, man. This was a tough divisional game out there in the NFC West, and I just don't know what the 49ers are. I wish I did. I don't.
It got a lot worse, right? They were looking good until Nick Bosa went down. I believe he has an oblique injury. And as soon as he went down,
both sides too.
Yeah,
I think I read that.
So once that happened, that entire football game changed because they couldn't contain Geno for crap after that. Geno, obviously, if you look at the final drive of that football game, he turned into freaking Mike Vick. And just scrambling out of the pocket and just running to go get a first down, and then of course the game-winning touchdown to put them up. Literally just got it done with his legs, man. He just saw that there was a weakness that he can exploit, and obviously it was the fact that could nobody get no more pressure on him with Nick Bosa being out of the football game and watching from the sideline. But you're right, man. San Fran offensively, still trying to figure it out, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I saw. C-Mac over 100 yards from scrimmage, so he obviously looks like he's back. Jawan Jennings, he looked good. 10 receptions, 91 yards, but, no Debo. And he did play without George Kittle today. Maybe that was the missing piece. When quarterbacks are in the most trouble, they do love to find their tight ends, right? So, maybe that played a huge part in it, but I don't know. All I know is that Geno Smith put the Steph Curry it's time to go to bed at the end of the football game. Like, wow, big statement. But because it puts San Fran at the end of that division. Like I said, that division is very, very tight. 6-4, 5-5. Seattle's 5-5, and San Fran is at the bottom at 5-5. But they're at the bottom because of the individual losses.
Yeah, the tiebreakers.
And the tiebreaker. So. Right now, it's not looking good if you're looking at standings, but one game could literally change that entire division from all aspects of that division right there, man. But Yeah, man, I have no idea what's going on in San Fran offensively. But you are going to strive some major concerns defensively if Nick Bosa, is going to miss any extended period of
Yeah,
time.
yeah, they
Yeah,
need him.
yeah. All right. Quick before I switch up, absurd Burrow stat. Joe
Mhm.
Burrow has lost 3 games this season in which he had 3+ passing touchdowns, 300 passing yards, and no interceptions. The most such losses in a season in the Super Bowl era.
I was about to say, has that happened before? I don't think so.
Nope.
Damn,
That has
you'll
never happened in the Super Bowl era.
you'll hear that on ESPN tomorrow. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Of course, the
Jeez.
owner's reading it, and the owner's like, okay, say
Mhm.
less. Buddy's fired. Obviously, my quarterback ain't the problem.
You would hope so. You would hope so.
Exactly. You're out of there, bro.
Hmm.
All right. So, final game, one of the exciting games of the week. The Kansas City Chiefs are no longer undefeated and caught the L by the hands of the Buffalo Bills and the heroics of Josh Allen and a last minute touchdown drive to put them up by 10. Oh, no, put them up by 9, excuse me. Put them up by 9 and sealing the football game for the Buffalo Bills, man. What's your take on this one?
What did I text you guys in our show group text when this game was going on? Like when it ended.
You said something about looking
Share,
good and something. God dang it!
yeah, share the text with the people.
Hold on,
That I sent you. Yeah.
let me jump right in here. Boop boop.
So
boop.
while you're looking for that,
Games
yeah,
like
go ahead.
today are why people look at Josh Allen the way they do. Styles make fights, don't they?
There you go. So I say that to say, remember when I brought up Josh Allen when I was talking about the best quarterbacks in the league, and she is looking at me like I'm completely insane, right?
Yep.
And he's talking about you can't be the best player in the league, throwing all these interceptions. First of all, he's not throwing a lot of picks this year. I think he's got 2 on the year so far. Second of all, what's my man's name? Brett Favre is the all-time interceptions leader. He won 3 straight MVPs. So that's why, I was asking G, like, you sure about that? You sure you can't be a top 5 quarterback while still throwing picks? Okay. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make, Josh Allen is great. He is great. He's great in a different way than Lamar Jackson, right? But when you're a Ravens fan, right? And I am a Ravens fan, but I think I'm a more objective one. You don't want to hear that because you think that if I say Josh Allen is great, that I'm taking a shot at Lamar. I'm not doing that. We saw what happened when the Ravens played the Bills head to head, right? The Ravens the Ravens smoked them, right? They stomped them out. So that's cool. Right. But now look.
Jacksonville Jaguar style.
But when I say styles make fights, Josh Allen can go head to head with the champs, right? With Patrick Mahomes. I think this is the 4th time he's beat him in the regular season.
Yep.
I think Lamar has beaten Patrick Mahomes once in his career. I think once. So
Lamar Jackson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's
beaten Patrick Mahomes once. Right. Yeah. So I say it to say the reason people talk about Josh Allen the way they do is because of games like today. And then literally when the game was on the line, we know that Josh Allen can be an elite passer, but what did he do? He put on his cape and he put on his shoes and he turned into the Flash, right? Well, the Flash doesn't have a cape, but you get the point. He used his legs and he got through and he scored the touchdown with his legs. So, like, this is what I'm saying. Saying another quarterback is great doesn't take away from what Lamar is doing. But we are seeing that Josh Allen can go toe-to-toe with Pat Mahomes. And that is why people look at him the way they do. That is why people look at Joe Burrow the way they do, right? Joe Burrow is one of 2 men, to have ever beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Am I right?
Correct.
So it's like, that's why they look at Joe Burrow the way they do. That's not taking anything away from Lamar. So Lamar out of this now. But really good game here, man. This was an exciting football game. It was amazing to see a Spags defense give up 30. But I'm also looking at it and saying, okay, the Chiefs got that loss out of the way. They're probably going to go on another long stretch of winning right now. Because think about it. I mean, we've seen them win
bad for the next team.
Right. We've seen them win all kind of ways this year, right? And this doesn't change the fact that they are still, they're still the bully of the league. They're still king of the mountain. And to win, you have to figure it out. And
To beat the
no,
man,
this
to
is
beat the man. Woo! You gotta beat the man.
beat the man. You gotta beat the man. There you go. The man said it, and it's true. It's true. So I'm sure this was a huge win, but I'm also sure that Josh Allen is saying this was great. We got to do it when it counts, and that's the same thing that you and I always talk about when it comes to Lamar. You got to do it when it counts. So, this was an incredible game. Hey, Josh Allen played the way he needed to play. He made the plays that he needed to make. Buffalo, they got over 100 yards rushing, so credit due there. They threw it 40 times. They ran it 31 times. That's a nice low ratio. They stopped Kansas City from running the ball. Kansas City only got 78 yards rushing. And again, they got 2 picks off Mahomes, so that's huge. And Mahomes did not have a huge day yardage-wise. So the Bills did what they needed to do, and they got, another little confidence boost. Excuse me, seeing that they can beat this team once again. And now they're 9-2, and they're right there with Pittsburgh for the second best team in the AFC. And so you got the Chiefs at 9-1, and then the Bills and the Steelers both at 9-2. So this is good, man. What do you think?
The champs are finally letting go of that undefeated season pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's better for them. I don't think
so
that should never have been a pressure because that's not the pressure that they want. They don't care about going undefeated.
That's right.
They don't care. They care about the three-peat more than anything.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
You care about beating the best teams when it matters the most, figuring stuff out during the season because you got plenty enough lead inside your own division to where you're not threatened by nobody in your division. Especially, you look at you're about to play your division again coming up next. I believe they got Carolina next. They go against then the Raiders and the Chargers. So you can pretty much seal your division after week 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Week 13, you can seal up the fate for your division, right? So
am I correct that they clinched the playoff spot already? I thought I heard that somewhere today.
Me looking at the standings, that would be impossible.
Okay, not yet.
Yeah, there's too many games left.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because if they lose, they can lose out, right? So they can easily go 9-8. So, if Denver wins out, they can go yeah, you get it. They like I said, they got the loss out of the way. Now they can focus primarily on what the bigger picture is, which is that three-peat. Josh Allen looked good. I like the thing I like about this game the most is that at the very end of the football game, Josh Allen looked at that sideline and said, I am not coming off this damn field this time. I am tired of giving that man that football back.
Right.
I am tired of giving him the football back. I'm going to keep it. We're going to go score a touchdown. I don't want a field goal. I don't want to punt it because I know what's going to happen if 15 gets this ball back.
That's right.
So he put his head down, ran over a guy, boom, and just did what makes Josh Allen great and use his legs and truly get into the end zone and truly just put a stamp on that football game. Got your behind again.
Got him again.
But I agree with you. He looks at this game like, okay, look, they're beatable, right? They're human. They bleed just like we bleed, right? But when we meet these guys when it matters the most in that playoff perf, we have to do this. We have to do this same type of style. We have to shut him down. Keep the football out of his hands in the fourth quarter. If we have a lead, keep the lead. Don't play around with it because when them guys want to get it going, they do get it going, and it's every single time. I think the identity the Chiefs were looking for was definitely to get their rookie Xavier Worthy going, and getting DeAndre Hopkins a little bit more involved. So to me, they were playing around with their food, right? Just trying stuff out. Travis Kelce had over 30 catches in the last 3 games. He goes in here, you only target him 4 times. That lets me know y'all ain't playing serious.
Right.
The folks are just trying to figure stuff out on the fly. So it was a great game, man. It was exactly what we thought it was going to be. It was a showdown to the fourth quarter, and whoever had the ball last was going to win that football game. But unfortunately, Josh Allen said no, because if he has the ball last and there's an opportunity to win, he's going to win. So I'm going to keep the ball, and I'm going to go up to a point where he has to score twice to beat me in a matter of a minute. And it just didn't happen for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
But
no doubt. Real quick, Immortal Productions, good to see you in here first. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. Appreciate you if you haven't been here before. Also, we talked about the Eagles earlier in the show. So once we're done here, which is going to be in just a few minutes, you can go back and check the replay. Also, the show that I did Saturday night, last night, there is a segment on it, the final segment about who is the class of the NFC, whether it's the Eagles or the Lions. So you can go back and check that out as well. So yep, I got some Eagles content there for you, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Transform.
I wonder if he's now looking like, oh dang, you did? Oh, my bad.
We definitely did. We
definitely did, man. We show every team love. If
Mhm.
it's on a Thursday night game, they're typically the second game that we'll talk about on this rundown. We'll first talk about the game that just ended for Sunday night. Then
That's
we
right.
always backtrack and play the and go over the Thursday night football game, and then we continue on the rest of Sunday, starting from 1 o'clock on to the very, very last game.
Yep.
And stuff like that. But that was the final game, man. That
There we
nailed
go.
off the coffin. The champs finally lost, but yet they're still 9-1 and on top of the mountain. However, they're not favored to win at all.
No,
The Detroit Lions are
Detroit
now.
Lions, the way they're playing.
The Detroit Lions have now got the Vegas odds on winning it all and the Super Bowl, because now they have the longest active win streak, which is 8 wins in a row.
I got to see it, man. I got to see it. I mean,
of course.
We have proof of concept of what the Chiefs are and what they can do, man. I got to see it.
Absolutely. 110% agree. 110% agree. So right now, man, Green Bay Packers and the Ravens got something in common.
Yeah. Chasing down those division leaders.
Chasing down division leaders and sitting at number 6, right there in the wild card spot, baby. Let's go.
Well, we'll see.
Y'all don't want to be in that wild card spot, though.
No, you don't.
Because I mean, you got to run into. Well, I mean, you could run into Buffalo. That'll be okay with you guys. But running into the Steelers or Kansas City in round 1, it's not going to be a good one.
Well, what we're gonna have to do. Well, chances are Kansas City have a bye in that first round anyway.
True.
Yeah, we'll have to. We got to figure out the Steelers, and it's all going to depend on how that next game against them goes. So we'll see.
Yeah,
still got a lot of football left in the season.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, man.
All right, man. So I will see you Wednesday night, Transformer.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. So Wednesday night we'll be back with our normal midweek show. We'll do the pick'em, and we'll have some other good sports talk for you as always. And well, Transformer Hefner here is he's gonna go to bed and
sleep good too.
Somebody might get some Green Bay loving. I don't know what's going on over there.
Oh boy, it might get crazy in the building. Y'all were talking about lathering up earlier.
No doubt. But yeah, we will see you guys Wednesday. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Oh man, listen, we're not talking about that tonight, Edward. We're not talking about that tonight.
It might be a Wednesday night conversation, man. Early MVP numbers.
Maybe. Donovan Mitchell.
Anthony Davis.
Yes, Anthony Davis, absolutely. Should be right up there at the top of that discussion. Yes. And if we're being fair, LeBron is probably in that discussion as well. So
yeah, I can see that. But I mean, AD should be above him, though. I would say AD should be above him.
Yes. But, looking at what LeBron's been able to do while AD was out. So anyway, man, we just go back and check what I had to do last night, man. Just
you gave him. Oh, yeah. I missed that. Did you give him some love?
I did.
You gave him some love? Oh, man, I missed it.
I'm going to go back and watch it. Yeah, go back and check that out, man. I did. Yeah.
I'm going to probably cry. Jared McCain.
Can't give you people nothing.
Who's Jared McCain?
I have no idea. I don't know who that is.
Jared McCain, mortal? Who's that?
I don't know who that is. Let's see.
Who is Jared McCain?
Man, look, I gave him what he deserved, Edward Jackson. That's it. They all want me to go over the top, man. Nah.
He gave him a little. Not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, he got what he got, man.
He gave him a little light love, hey, Eddie.
Jerry
McCain, the Sixers. Yeah, nobody is in the MVP conversation for the Sixers. They're currently what?
No.
3-8.
Right now, there's Jerry McCain mania in Philadelphia. What is this? Look how we get off topic, man. All right, we're gonna look at Jerry McCain and then we're gonna go to bed. not together, but
wow, boy, you didn't have to. You should have just kept the conversation going, bro.
Look, man,
obviously they know we're not in the same building.
Yes, obviously we are not in the same building, and if we were, still wouldn't.
Hell no.
All right, let's see.
He must went off or something, I guess.
The guard has brought a lot of excitement as he thrives through the first stretch of the young year. What's he doing?
Obviously nothing. Philly is 2-10. So there's no MVP conversations had in Philly.
Third McCain's last 4 games, 28.3 points per game, 4.5 assists per game, 50.6 field goal percent, 43.9 3-point percent, 100% free throws. The only other rookie since 1980 to average 28 and 4 with 50, 40, 90 over 4 games, Larry Bird and Trae Young.
Wow.
That's odd.
The first name on that list is great, and then it goes to Trae Young?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And McCain's assist-to-turnover ratio of 3.0 towers above theirs, 1.69 and 2.17 respectively. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, he's balling. Philly ain't, but he's balling.
Really?
Because he's obviously the production is not equaling wins because they're 2-10, so that's not good. But
so what are we comparing this to, like Linsanity or something? Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
I guess if he stays hot, it could be, right?
You said it's a 4-game stretch?
Yeah, it's a 4-game stretch. 28 for 50%, 44%, and 100% from the strike.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously that's going to change when Joel Embiid and Paul George come back.
No, he played 2 of those games with Embiid and George.
Oh, he did?
Uh-huh.
Where's Tyrese Maxey?
I have no idea. I don't know.
He must play a point guard or something.
Yeah, he's a guard. I don't know if he's
okay. That makes so Maxey must not be there then.
We'll have to find out. So this little article, I looked it up, says the following night McCain was elevated to the Sixers starting lineup. Oh, this is without Embiid and George. The rookie exceeded his career high by scoring 34 points on 46% shooting against Cleveland Cavaliers. When the Sixers paid a visit to Orlando Magic 2 nights later, McCain stayed in the starting lineup with the return of Embiid and George. He led the Sixers in scoring with 29 points in 31 minutes.
Not
bad.
Okay, yeah, Maxey has been out, so this explains why.
Okay, there you go.
Going off. Yeah,
there you go.
So it's temporarily, but it's a good signing though.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, we're gonna have to look at this kid and kind of keep an eye out. But all right, we're not gonna turn this into an NBA show.
No, please don't. No, time to go.
Yeah. All right, y'all. It's all love. Y'all have a good night. We out, man.
Peace.